put it
got
back
some
on.
big ass heads on this show.
I got the tiniest head. I got a tiny little head. My head is so tiny. I'm a sniper's nightmare. Hello, and welcome to the Slow Bison, the show where we take a look at the worst of the best. We see people's most hated episodes of their favorite television shows.
This is my favorite episode of this show that I've seen.
I've seen one episode of this show, and I want to see every episode of this show.
I don't know if I agree with you.
I am your host, Space Botany. With me, as always, my constant companion, Captain Carruthers. Captain Carruthers, how are you this magnificent afternoon?
Very good. After watching this,
I feel great too.
It's great.
Yeah, this is uplifting as hell. Let me be honest with you. I saw the 5.6 rating on today's show, Martin, this episode of Martin, and I was expecting it to be bad. Instead, it was just lackluster.
I think, so we had one very special guest that I was not expecting at all.
Very special guest, yes.
And maybe you're thinking of Charles Barkley, but I'm not.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, this episode, it's Coal on Ice. It's an episode where Martin's cousin Cole gets terminated from his job, and Martin hires him, causing havoc when Charles Barkley himself appears on Martin's talk show. That is the literal IMDb description of it, and I think it follows, yeah?
It does. It's so, okay. I looked up this show before watching this on just Googled it, and the Google synopsis said that he had a radio show, and I was like, this is just this is different Frasier.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Different Frasier. Yeah, I didn't know that on this show he had a talk show. This is, of course, the fourth episode 9 of the 4th season, so it could be that he starts off maybe the first 3 seasons he's got a radio show.
Do we know how many seasons the show got?
I want to say 6. We can take a look at that. Let's go back here. With Martin, 1992 is... Wait,
Yeah.
what? It's just called Martin, but it's also called With Martin?
I feel like they dropped the with in first season.
We got 5 seasons, okay.
5 seasons.
5 seasons over 6
Okay,
years.
and this was on HBO,
Yeah.
which blows me away.
Sassy sitcom centering on radio and television personality Martin Payne. Okay, so he's both.
So maybe he went from radio to talk show, maybe? Could be.
Could be.
Some evolution of the character.
Yeah. Hey, Frasier never got on TV.
Hmm.
He was always just a radio psychologist.
Yeah. And then he fell off stage that one time. Ooh.
Wait, what? This must have been an episode I didn't see.
No. This is real life.
Oh,
this
yeah?
Is real Kelsey Grammer falling off the stage is... Yeah. He has the most regal scream as he falls.
Is this on YouTube?
It's got to be on YouTube. It's definitely there.
Pause the video right now and go watch Kelsey Grammer falling off a stage.
Listen to it, really.
What is it just like, I am falling? What is he?
Oh!
Oh. If only I could fall off stage. Oh. Now I don't want to try to fall off a stage in the future, but if I ever do, I'm going to try my best to go.
Yeah. No, I've thought about like my last words a lot of just like, because one time I was in the bathroom stall and somebody just flung it open and we locked eyes and I went, and so those are my last words. And I gotta get something better out there.
Was this on the ship?
Or
was this when you guys made port?
It's a one stall. It's a one stall on the ship.
That's 300 sailors, 1 bathroom stall. That thing is in constant use.
Disuse.
That toilet seat is like Cartman's mom.
Oh, come on.
South Park joke. I'm sorry. So, anyways, let's get into Martin here. I love this, and I have to see every single episode of Martin from now on.
I think the show is definitely of its time in that they mention waterbeds and just ready employment. Just you can get a job at the drop of a hat.
You can just say, all right, I'm going here and I'm getting a job now.
And your friend can be like, I don't know, I work somewhere, and they go, now I work there.
Now, I don't know this about, I've only got the one show here. I don't know this about actual TV shows, but can you just, if you run the show, can you just say, hey, this guy works here now?
Yeah, I feel like he's got to be a lead producer and he's the main character on the show.
Yeah.
The host.
Oh, so this is going to get confusing because Martin is a show and also he's running the show. What was it? On the Street? With the Street?
Talking on the Street? Something on the Street.
We're on the Street?
We're on the Street is probably not it.
They're clearly not, so it's false advertising.
They're in a studio.
It didn't even look like a street.
You gotta see if you can get that sign.
That sign?
Just mount it right here.
I've got a sign with a letterboard marquee on it that I was going to set up for this with the name of the show and episode, but that's another time thing. This is all production talk, so. Carruthers, I'm wearing a green shirt.
I'm going to imagine they're getting something out of it.
They're getting Rat, and then we'll get more Martin on my body, which is where it belongs.
I'm thinking Futu Imal.
Futu Imal. Yeah, I'm not gonna show what the shirt says because I feel like that's cheating. Mm-hmm. If you guess in the comments what it is, I will buy you a free one of these T-shirts. I won't. Anyways, so this
shipping is a nightmare.
This episode starts off. Are they on the show yet? I can't remember.
They're
getting ready to film
the show before the show even starts.
Yeah. They're getting ready to film the show, right? Mm-hmm. And they're talking. Cole is supposed to be at work, but he's not. Mm-hmm. And he gives Martin some excuse about why he isn't. And then Martin's like, okay, cool, get in the audience, Cole. They go on, and Martin is talking to a family and their children. The children
didn't like this bit.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The children are wearing
private school
croquis and boat shoes, like Birkenstock, they look like they're on a yacht in Yale. Mm-hmm. And the parents are dressed up.
They look like Carlton at any point in the show.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
So the kids look like Carlton, and the parents are dressed like Will. Fully dressed out like Will.
I'd say more like Jazz. Jazz takes it up. He kicks it up.
The parents are dressed like DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're speaking full... I don't know what it's called anymore. Is it Ebonics?
I don't think it's Ebonics, but it's dumb.
No, there's a term for it now. It's like
Ave.
Ave, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
African American vernacular English. I think is what it is.
But they're doing it wrong.
They're doing it wrong.
They're doing it mostly just straight up backwards, where they just get the terms reversed.
Yeah. One that we really noticed was that the husband calls his wife G-Thang, mm-hmm. and his wife calls him Shorty. They got that backwards.
Maybe we're wrong.
We're not wrong, okay? We know everything about hip-hop. Everything there is to know about hip-hop, Ebonics, AAVE.
Mm-hmm. This was 96.
It was.
How old is Carruthers?
95. Carruthers is as old as the sea, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was C years old.
As soon as there was salt in the sea, there was Carruthers on a raft. And you've seen some shit, haven't you? You were there with the pyramids going up.
Mm-hmm. The Titans.
You were there for, what was it? When JR got shot.
Junior?
Yep.
His wife just left him right there.
Dallas. That was my second favorite episode of Dallas. What was your favorite?
I was on the seas. Couldn't get
you
reception.
Missed that one. Now, you have famously seen every single television show and every single episode.
Except for that episode of Dallas.
A few occasional ones here. Mm-hmm. Like most of Martin and that episode of Dallas.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Your favorite episode was you were not able to watch it. But Martin's talking to these two, and the kids say a line that I got a kick out of. They said that the parents should be listening to Chubby Checker.
Yeah.
And then another name that I can't remember.
Didn't matter. Chubby Checker was the one.
And then the wife was like, Chubby Checker ain't doing no Tootsie Roll. And then starts doing the Tootsie Roll for the audience.
And then the friend came up.
Yep.
The
cousin.
Assisted with the Tootsie Roll.
Mm-hmm. Gets up in there, gets himself on TV, all out of work at the moment, on live TV, doing the Tootsie Roll. And that's where we get the line, I don't care if my G-thing is messing around with no booty or other booty.
Their relationship is tight.
I like their relationship, I will say. They're a united front. More people need to be like that.
They break it down on the floor with outside, and then they bring it home with that passion.
Mm-hmm. Hey, as long as you know who you're returning home to, who cares who you're out in the streets with?
Mm-hmm. And then you raise your terrible children to be, pretty good kids, looking like...
They're on to some success. They're going to be...
Those did not look like cheap outfits.
They're proto-Colin Powells is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And...
based on the year, that could be current-day Colin Powell. I don't think we ever saw his name on screen.
No, we didn't, but the kid was 25, maybe, at most. You think he aged 47 years? In the span of
with
6
that
years?
lifestyle, the stress of that lifestyle, absolutely.
That kid was hired on to the Bush administration as a fresh-faced young boy, and then 9/11 happened, and he was Colin Powell.
That's why the parents saw it in the pudding. They knew what he was to become.
Oh, and they're like, no, you gotta get down with
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, yeah.
They mentioned Wu-Tang at the end.
They said
crisp high
Wu-Tang
five.
is my thing, I believe. There was another name in there that they threw in that was...
They sprinkled them.
Pretty outdated hip-hop, like Kool Keith. It's like nobody knows who Kool Keith is.
I don't.
Yeah. Anyways, Cole is kind of making some noise, so the camera keeps going back to him, and then a phone call comes into the studio. And it's a man who is upset with that Joker in the audience. They're not upset with him for, disrupting the thing.
They did call his questions stupid.
They did.
Dumb.
Oh yeah, dumb questions. Mm-hmm. Turns out that it is Cole's boss.
Ooh.
Cole's boss calling in, and he is not happy. Not happy at all.
For some reason, watching this talk show in the middle of his shift.
Yep. You pointed that out, Carruthers, and I'm like, that's right. This boss is slacking off. He's just got Martin's show on.
Yeah.
He's got Living in the Streets on, and he is paying more attention to that. He's also calling, presumably, this is 95. I don't think they're really going crazy with cell phones. He is tying up whatever business line he has by calling in to...
At probably 50 cents a minute.
Yeah, 50 cents a minute.
Yeah.
To
This is 96, something like that?
Yeah, November 19th, 95, so it's like
95,
right on the cusp of 95, 96. And back then, talk shows, if you were to call into them, it was 50 cents a minute. You call into Ricky Lake. You call into, who was the other one?
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. You call into Jerry Springer, say, hey, I saw that lady. She was down there at the bar when I was talking about doing a rodeo. And then that's 50 cents right there.
Jerry Springer was fucking wild. Like, to get on that show back in the day would have been a treat.
Oh, yeah.
Like... The energy on that stage.
It was popping off.
I wanted more energy from Martin to match that Springer vibe. The Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Roll was very,
there.
very high energy. And, look, this is kind of a blind spot in both of our repertoire. Maybe it gets a lot more high energy in other episodes. Who knows? This talk show, off the rails, maybe? Mm-hmm. I thought 69 was about off the rails there. Sorry, Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll is by the 69 Boys. Let me just clarify that for you in case there's some confusion here. But yeah, so he's tying up his business line. Customers can't get a hold of his boss. Mm-hmm. His boss should fire himself. Prick.
Cole did nothing wrong.
No, Cole did nothing wrong. Everybody needs a break from work every now and then.
Yeah, he broke it off on set. It's great.
It was great. I want more of it. And I'm watching every single episode. We're out of here.
Plan.
I'm getting it, and I'm putting it on Nigel Plus. Space Plus. That's not a real thing. Don't look into it.
Don't.
Anyways, so then the opening credits starts, and I didn't know. Now, I was paying attention to each of the names going through here, and one of the names that stuck out to me was Cole's name. Cole is played by Carl Payne II. On the show, he plays Carl Brown.
Cole Brown.
Cole Brown, yeah.
Cole Brown.
Cole Brown. He's cousins with Martin, and Martin's character's name is Martin Payne. Why is he not just Cole Payne?
I don't know.
Why is he not just Carl Payne?
It's too much like Gears of War Coltrane. People
Yeah.
would get confused.
They were looking
in
to
2006.
They were looking to the future when the Xbox was on the horizon. They saw the
Coltrane baby, woo.
Coltrane baby, woo. Coltrane baby,
woo.
Coltrane baby, woo. All right. So they go through the opening credits, and then it's back to Martin's apartment, I believe they're in, and
The second and final location
yep,
for this show.
We get 2 locations in this episode. They're good locations, though, I will say. We didn't get the names of the characters in the episode.
No, I got Cole and Martin.
We got Cole and Martin.
Slim.
And Slim.
And Charles.
We don't know if that's his name. I don't see him on here as I see our special guest star's name, and I love it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't see Slim on there, so I think that was just
that
a
might have
nickname.
been his only
Yeah.
acting role.
That guy has to be in more episodes.
Was it okay? Who's that massive dude with the brown glasses who came in? He was only in for like a couple of lines, but I liked him. He had presence there.
That was Slim.
That was still Slim?
Yeah, that was Slim.
Okay, so he looks much different in the
oh,
apartment.
no, sorry. That wasn't Slim. My
Okay,
bad.
okay.
The other tall guy, because both
Yeah.
Slim and this guy are tall.
They're big dudes.
This is Tommy. This is Tommy Strawn, is his name I'm looking at right here.
Okay.
That's Tommy. I'm assuming that the girl that was with him, the woman that was with him, was Pamela. That's another name I'm seeing here. Because I'm seeing that the other woman there, Tisha Campbell, was Gina. That is, from the show description earlier, that is Martin's girlfriend.
Yep.
And Gina Waters Payne, I'm assuming that they are married by this point.
Yeah, they do get married at some point.
You remember that part?
In the synopsis, in the Google synopsis.
Oh, okay.
But
I
maybe
see.
that's wrong too.
Yeah, you never know. It said it was like radio. Maybe it's
Yeah.
not even maybe it's just his live-in nanny for his kid that we never see. I don't know.
There's good reason for that.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
You fuck them kids. You see what they become. They wear shirts
Yeah.
and
Somebody had a ponytail
blazers
on.
and that ponytail guy in the audience.
1.5 ponytails in the audience
There
for
are-
the white guys.
There are 2 white guys in the audience. Both have ponytails.
One had a ponytail, the other ponytail length.
Yeah.
Ponytail possible hair.
Yeah, he had the ability to make a ponytail.
Mm.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though.
Okay.
Let's get back to the apartment because they are. We've got Tommy, Pamela, and Gina are talking about helping out Cole with some side jobs.
Yeah, he's gigging it now.
Mhm. Gina is trusting Cole to install a ceiling fan.
Which is wild to me. Just an extremely dangerous thing. I think ceiling fans in general, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Just because I have one that's been rattling above my head for the past 30 years on the boat. And it's wobbling and shaking, and if you get it up to too high of RPM, you can't get it to max setting because it's just doing this.
It starts freaking out.
Yeah.
I've dealt with plenty of ceiling fans like that, and I always want the most maximum airflow, so I always kick it up to high temps. But it gets scary, man.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like someone's cracking a bullwhip constantly. It's just like wow, wow, wow. I have seen a ceiling fan actually wobble itself out of the ceiling.
That's the fear. It's gonna like annihilate the room that it comes into.
I don't think it's gonna cause that much damage. I don't think so. I mean, like, ceiling fans are surprisingly light.
Okay, you know what? I've never held one in my hands.
Yeah. They're not that heavy.
Didn't install it on the boat.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That is a rickety ceiling that you've got in there, and only professionals should be dealing with that.
It's a half-inch tin ceiling. I don't know how the fan is getting power.
That might be why it's wobbling. Wait, how it's you don't know how it's getting power? It's tin. Now, when you touch your ceiling, do you get a shock?
I try not to.
You try not to? Has it happened before?
I mean, I wake up in a puddle. If I touch my ceiling, I wake up in a puddle.
Okay. I think you need to get your ceiling looked at, Carruthers. That is not safe. That is not safe. Okay, that will cause some serious damage if it falls, because it's connected to a live ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
That's unprecedented. Anyways, he takes the ceiling fan into Gina's room, goes off screen, and that is when Pamela comes in and talks about having Cole drain her waterbed.
She was the waterbed.
She was, indeed. Okay. Mm-hmm. I thought you meant she herself was the waterbed getting drained.
She's a fat sack of water.
No. That's peak 90s right there, man.
Yeah. That's had one in the 90s.
Yeah.
Very fun.
They like jiggle and fucking wave.
Jiggle and wob.
I'd imagine it's like being on the high seas.
It's comforting. Actually, when you're on the sea, it's like being on land.
Yeah. It's like
just really levels you out.
The water the water feels gyroscopically attached to the water below it, beyond the boat. What is the floor of a boat called?
The deck.
Below the deck. Below the below deck. Below the hull, I think is the word that I was going for. The water below and surrounding the hull. The water in the bed wants to connect with it, wants to get on that same level, and so it just moves like a wave.
Yep.
Like a wave.
You're going over a 40-foot storm wave, and the bed is just 90 degrees. You're just up with the bed.
And you strap yourself into the bed with belts. So that you're just like right with it. Yeah, my parents had a water bed, and I remember like kind of when they would be gone, just like laying down in it, like, all right, this is not comfortable.
It's in the summer. It was hot in that what? Cause it's just ambient temperature, and then you lay your body onto it, and you're just getting more heat in there.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
It's tough in there.
I'm so glad that memory foam is now like the standard for mattresses, basically.
Not on the seas.
Yeah, that's a good point. What about hammocks, man? I think a hammock would be a good thing to have.
Yeah, waterbed hammock?
Yeah. A water hammock?
What?
Like, not only are you swinging to and fro, but you're also, like, jiggling with your body on it. You can never fall asleep in something like that.
Think about trying to hang that up. You did the most massive core workout trying.
You couldn't. You would have to drain it and then hang it up first and fill it after. You could not.
Not when you're a seaman.
That would be so unwieldy. Anyways, she hired Cole to drain her waterbed and is lamenting about the fact that Cole drained it with a knife.
How else are you gonna do it?
Well, there's like little valves, I think.
There's a port.
There's ports. There are. So then Tommy walks in, right? And now Tommy and Pamela, I believe, are together. I'm not sure if they're a couple.
It wasn't made clear in this episode.
No, but it's up in the air. But they seem to be like together in scenes. I love seeing this in sitcoms where like somebody just walks into an apartment to have their lines, and then when the story needs to continue, that's when Tommy shows up.
Yep.
That's when Tommy walks in, and he is carrying his car stereo. He asked Cole to wash his car. Cole pulled out his car stereo.
And apparently left it?
Yeah, I don't why would he pull it out?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's detailing the inside. He's got the vacuum in there, so he's doing a great job.
I don't even know if that's what was I think Tommy only said wash. I don't think he said
wash.
detail. So I'm assuming he meant wash the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just showcasing how badly Cole can fuck up a job.
Cole the thought process isn't there. Because in my mind, if you're going to take the radio out, steal it. And then, why does
sell
why
it?
Does Tommy
or you're
still
replacing
have
it? Yeah. But also, like, why did Cole think that Tommy wanted him to, like, wash my car? All right, pull out the stereo. Got it. Pull out the stereo, put it on the passenger
I think they just needed Tommy in the scene. Like, contractually, they needed him in the scene, and they were like, the writers were like, does he have a car? I don't know.
Oh, he's got a car stereo.
These writers can't think of any odd jobs. They don't.
Yeah.
Washing a car? That's not really something you pay someone
Put in
for.
a fan, drain a waterbed.
And wash a car.
Who wrote these jokes? Who's the writer on this? We're getting ahead right now, but we've got...
Tina Fey!
John Bowman, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, that explains it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he died recently.
Oh, good for him.
Rest in peace, John Bowman. Let me Google him. I want to see this man.
That doesn't look right. Oh, now okay. Just that first picture on Google when he pulls up, he looks like a dictator.
He kind of does.
He's got the eyebrows of a dictator.
He really does. He's got a broad face as well, which I think a lot of people equate to political strength.
He demands power in the writer's room.
I think, yeah, he probably was like, all right, so this is what I imagine his voice sounds like. So here's what some odd jobs are.
With cigarette, smoking too.
We got a couple odd jobs that we gotta get for Cole. He could be a shoe shiner.
Exhume a waterbed.
He could be a grave digger. I called Cole. I said, Cole, I need you to bury my aunt. Instead, he burned down
Then
the
I need
hospital.
you to kill her.
Yeah, then he killed her. He brought her back to life. I said, no, now I'm never getting the life insurance money. It's a good joke. Put it in. And then the other writers were like, I don't know about that, John. Other writers, I went ahead of myself here. Topper Carew? That can't be a real name.
That's Bill Cosby.
That is Bill Cosby. That's always,
his writing name.
It's always nice when we go to a page on IMDb and we immediately see Bill Cosby. Topper Carew. I gotta see this guy. Who the hell is named Topper? Oh, that guy's definitely named Topper. Holy shit.
Good goddamn, that dude is Topper.
I want to be that man. This guy has a waterbed. This guy still has a waterbed.
This is the dude writing the waterbed
this guy.
for sure.
I love him. I fucking love him. Is he still alive? Did he die last year?
He wrote for Bill Cosby.
He's still alive. I don't know. He wrote for old Bill Cosby.
Blind Bill Cosby.
He's only got 4 credits of writing.
God dang.
And then he was a producer for... Oh, okay. So he directed 2 episodes of Cousin Skeeter. Holy shit, we need to do Cousin Skeeter, Carruthers.
Okay.
Dude.
All right.
Do you know what Cousin Skeeter is?
No.
I feel like I want to save this for you because you will lose your goddamn minds knowing nothing going into...
Is it a cartoon?
It is. It should have been.
Okay.
No, it's kind of like an in-between. No, it's a live action, but there is an element to it.
All right, I'm excited for it.
No, I am actually not surprised that you haven't seen this one because you have seen every episode of television that's not like a children's focused TV show. You've seen some, like, of course, Barney.
I sprung from the earth, from the sea, fully grown.
Yep, you
so
were fully
children's
grown.
programming was...
You were a pillar of salt that was struck by lightning.
Mm-hmm. Much like my tin ceiling.
Your fucking room is like a bumper car, Allie. But he's doing odd jobs. Cole comes back from putting in the ceiling fan to an angry Tommy. Tommy's like, why'd you pull out my radio? And then Cole's like, oh, I see. I thought it was a pullout. Now there's like little like
laugh track
ones that you can. There is that from back in the day, car stereos that like units you would just swap out by pulling in and out. But it doesn't excuse the fact you were told to wash a car. You were not told to take a radio out of a vehicle.
I can understand if he holds it up and it's like sudsy, and like that wouldn't make sense either, but it would kind of make sense.
We're doing punch up on a 27-year-old episode. Gina notices, hey, that was a quick time for you to put in a ceiling fan. And this is actually a joke that I did enjoy.
It was...
When Cole's like, oh, I was onto it until his fire started.
Your bed's not on fire.
Yeah.
More.
Great delivery of that line.
Yeah, that was okay. He actually had quality delivery on that line. That
very,
is for
very
sure.
good delivery. I love that. Not on fire anymore. And then they all start to chase him to try to put
There's
the
a
beat
lot
down
of
on him.
chasing Cole.
Oh yeah, I think this might be like a recurring thing throughout the rest of the actual show.
I'd say within the final 4 minutes of the episode of, I want to say, a 22-minute episode, they chase him 3 separate times.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple characters.
Yeah. Cole is getting chased around like Jazzy Jeff is getting thrown out of the what is their last? I can't even remember their last name.
The Joneses.
Gotta keep up with them. So they're chasing after Cole, and then in comes Martin. Martin, to save the day, he's got to save his cousin. He is like, all right, Cole, look, get out of here. He pushes Cole out. He's like, don't fight me. Like, I'll sacrifice myself. We kind of got into a tangent about something, missed a few lines of dialogue here, but what I picked up on was Martin saying, hey, come on, Cole can't be that bad. And then the rest of them are like, well, you give him a shot and see what happens.
They force him into hiring him as, I don't really know what, a showrunner maybe?
No, not even.
Because it seems like everyone listens to him immediately.
I think they might have just been like, that's Martin's cousin, let's not make him mad. Like, it's a nepotism type thing.
Yeah.
But Cole's initial job when they cut to the scene back in the one other set for this episode, when they cut back to the TV studio, his job is to take a bunch of tapes out to a dumpster.
It might have been reams of paper. Was it tapes?
Yeah, it was.
Why are they throwing out tapes?
I don't know, honestly.
Maybe that's like a studio thing. Like, you want to have like fresh tape. You can't re-record on a videotape because you need the freshest tapes. I don't know.
Could be, yeah. I would just donate it.
Yeah, give it to the Goodwill.
The Goodwill. Here is the master tapes of Martin
on the street.
The master tapes of living in the streets. So Martin's like, get these tapes out to the dumpster. When I blow up, you blow up. He walks off. That's when Slim comes back in and Cole says, hey, get these tapes out to the dumpster. When I blow up, you gonna blow up.
He was impressed by that line.
Yeah, he was. We should also point out that for some reason Cole is wearing like a full-on French filmmaker
it looked
getup.
To me like a chef's hat at first because it's so large, but you pointed out it's a French filmmaker hat, but it's white.
Yeah.
Which is
We're not gonna get into that, but anyways, it cuts back to they're in the studio, kind of just getting ready for the episode. Martin is hyping people up, and then our special guest star Carl Barkley come on. Charles Barkley. I was gonna say Carl Malone, and I caught myself. Gnarls Barkley, Danger Mouse, and CeeLo Green come out. It's Gnarls Barkley. So Charles Barkley comes out. They have a little banter between him and Martin. Charles does a very, very kind thing and gives Martin tickets to the All-Star game.
Oh.
From last year!
Charles!
Fucking
U-card!
Dude, it was insane. I also, though, thought, that is incredibly rude.
Yeah. It's also, okay, I pointed this out during the show. They tuned down his personality so much. If you watch him on television nowadays, very high energy guy. He's like shooting free throws, the classic song. And it's criminal what they do to him. What they make him boring.
I'm gonna throw out here that they don't make him boring. That's just Charles Barkley. Now, when you're seeing him and he's excited, he's talking about his passion, basketball. He's not passionate about Martin's show.
Okay.
So he's coming on. He's not an actor. He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
So they give him some lines. He says the lines. He doesn't do a terrible job. He does about what I would expect.
He does better than your average professional sportsman on a show.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to be here. We're here.
Hello, Martin.
Martin.
So you are on the streets.
Supposed to be down on the street with you, Martin, here today. I'm happy to talk to you, Martin.
Charles Barkley.
I'm Charles. Cut. Charles. Charles, you don't have to say your name here. Like, everybody knows you're Charles Barkley, okay? It's 95, you're at the height. You're about to be in Space
And your
Jam.
height is towering over
Yeah.
Martin.
He's like a full head taller than
which is
Martin.
the camera catches it kind of weird a little bit because it looks like Martin, not Charles. Martin's height is kind of fluctuating on camera.
Yeah.
Like, because Charles always looks like pretty tall.
Yeah.
But Martin is like, sometimes he's like down here and sometimes he's like up here. And it's
higher,
like,
yeah. It's some
getting lifts in his platform shoes, maybe?
I think it's some forced perspective shit. I think they had a mark on the ground and they're like, all right, Charles, you go to that mark and you stay there. And then so the camera's catching a bunch of different angles.
This is how Peter
Martin's
Jackson,
moving around.
This is where he got the idea.
Oh, yeah.
For Gandalf.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Peter Jackson watched this episode of Martin and was like, where's my copy of the Silmarillion?
I have to start writing.
I gotta do some research on this and find the right way to make Hobbitville.
I have to stop making really over-the-top, fantastic horror movies and just write the best trilogy of all time.
What did he do before Lord of the Rings? I don't remember.
Oh, God. He would make movies in South America that were just hyper gory, very funny horror movies.
Interesting.
I would love to sit down and watch one with you at some point.
We will at some point.
Fantastic stuff.
I've got a movie you need to see as well. I
Okay.
really appreciate it. It's called Master of the Flying Guillotine.
Okay.
Martin leaves for a second. Cole comes in. Cole is played by Carl, and he's talking to Charles, who I'll just call Carl again. Charles is talking to Coral. Oh God, I'm losing it. Carruthers, I'm falling apart. Cole talks to Charles and is giving him some serious attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that it came from Martin. So, Charles Barkley, naturally, walks.
He's out.
It's like, hey, I gotta go practice. Like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm on your... I think it's a local access show, maybe?
It couldn't be more than that. Because he comes from radio, we're assuming.
Yeah.
To
Since it said
a
radio,
talk
yeah.
show. But I don't know.
There's not a lot of, like, national radio.
Radio was way bigger in the 90s.
Oh, this was Howard Stern times, right around 95. Wasn't Private Parts just coming out at this point, maybe?
I don't know.
It might have been 98.
Howard Stern had been married for 16 years at this point.
Isn't that fucking insane?
God, is he still married to the same woman? That'd be like a 42-year marriage for the fucking wildest marriage.
40 minutes into the episode.
We're looking up
how old Howard Stern is. And if he's still married. Howard Stern is 6'5"?
He's huge.
Holy shit.
That's without the afro.
Oh, shit. Him and Allison Burns got divorced in 2001.
Ooh. That's too bad.
And he's married to this lady whose hair is falling out of the picture.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wikipedia, you're doing some kooky shit now. This is
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
This is like one of those like motivational posters where it's kind of 3D. It pops out at you a little bit, and it goes "Mauled cheeseburger" or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's called motivation equals synergy. So, anyways, Charles walks.
You just needed a break.
Gotta center myself.
Mm-hmm.
Cole is then met with the fury of Martin. Because Martin comes in, hears that he walked. Cole is talking about, no, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm getting the rapping chihuahua. And then some words are exchanged, and then Martin is just chasing Cole around.
Yeah.
It's just a cold chase fest.
It's these chairs get a lot of play in this chase scene.
Yeah.
And is this the scene where he just absolutely just
he
enormous
takes the,
step over a chair?
Longest step over a chair. I was impressed that he has that much flexibility.
It was great screenplay.
It was. I want to watch it again. Cut to commercial. Are they back at the apartment at this point?
No, he said they needed to get Stoney something on the show.
Stoney
otherwise,
Jackson.
it's your ass.
Stoney Jackson.
Stoney Jackson.
And they get a call from Stoney Jackson. But I don't know why that went through.
It was
or
a big
didn't go through.
pop-off. I don't know. Like, I don't know who Stoney Jackson is.
We're looking up Stoney Jackson
All
now.
right, Howard Stern. Is he related? Can we find him?
Stoney Jackson, Howard Stern's cousin.
Jeez. That's actually his second marriage.
Oh, okay. He's an actor.
Sure.
I like it.
He looked pretty ripped in that second picture.
He's 35. Oh, he was on The White Shadow. Oh, I thought that said The White Show. I thought that said The White Show, and I was about to really be down with this guy. Stoney Jackson was in CB4, which had just come out 2 years prior to this episode.
That looks like an album.
Well, this is, CB4, it's like the Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, that movie poster, that is definitely the album of the times. That is what that art looked like.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You just get like a zoom up on like MC Hammer's face,
mm-hmm.
and then he's looking...
And just like really, really permed up hair. Just really like locks coming down.
Getting them jury curls.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after this point? I can't remember.
All right, so I'm pretty sure it just cuts right to the show, because it's a cutaway, cut to commercial.
Yeah.
Come back, and it's just right on the show now.
It cuts right back to it, and Martin's
like,
doing the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Stoney Jackson. Let's hear it for him. He's not on scene. He's already gone.
Yeah, I don't know if they even got him, actually.
They couldn't get Stoney.
They couldn't get Stoney Jackson.
Mm-mm.
He was too busy filming CB5.
Well, I mean, they couldn't afford him. There's a budget per episode.
There
on
absolutely
this show,
is.
And this next special guest, let me tell you, is not cheap.
So the next special guest is, of course, the rapping Chihuahua,
Mm-hmm.
who is accompanied by
Tracy Morgan.
I fucking love Tracy Morgan.
Oh my god.
This must have been one of his early roles.
Holy crap! He looks just like he does in modern day. That dude doesn't age.
No, he's the same.
He's just kind of fat and like looks like maybe late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah,
at all times.
He is the same face, no cracks, the same belly. It's about my belly.
A little bit bigger than your
A
belly.
little bigger than my belly. What is this joke? He's like, "Hey, what's this? A mating call." And he does that.
Yep.
Like, he keeps doing that 8 times.
Yep.
The third time, you're like, come on, Tracy. But the 5th time, you're like, that's fucking hilarious.
And this is when you notice this Chihuahua is terrified of Tracy Morgan.
Oh.
Max length on the leash at all times from Tracy
It's
Morgan.
so far away from Tracy Morgan, hiding behind Martin.
Yeah, going to Martin for just ease the safe home.
I thought it was going to be like a gag where the rapping Chihuahua pees on Martin's leg, but no, it's just trying to find shelter.
Yeah, it's just a sadder story of Tracy Morgan terrifying small animals.
And then, so Tracy Morgan and the Chihuahua are dressed exactly the same, which is a nice affect.
Cigarette up here.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have it. Gotta have your Lucy ready. And then they cut to the beat, and Rappin' Chihuahua doesn't make any noise, doesn't do anything.
Doesn't move at all. Normally,
still.
Normally you'd see a Chihuahua 100% trembling 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm. This one was so scared that it was just still and waiting for death.
I'm pretty sure they had to photo impose just a still image of a Chihuahua where it was on the VHS and then just let that roll for a while.
Yeah, they got the video of it like running away from Tracy Morgan to get behind Martin, and then they had to cut out the scenes where the Chihuahua is just barking like crazy and panicking, and they've just got a
everywhere
still image
blasting Martin with piss.
Which would have been a better episode, actually.
It would have improved it.
So they shoved...
I feel like Tracy would have been more at home there, too.
Oh, covered in piss?
Mm-hmm.
Or just surrounded by...
Well, producing piss in some way.
Producing some piss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. No, that's a good point. Like, Can you say that you're pissing if you're causing somebody else to piss? You're making urine. It might not be yours, but it's somebody's.
Making that gold.
Get that cold, baby. Mm-hmm. I got a clear stream.
Clear stream.
Absolutely clear stream at all times.
Just like the sea.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can see right to the bottom.
It's like
of the
Caribbean.
Toilet bowl. Yeah, there's like jellyfish swimming around.
See, mine looks like anytime a show goes to Mexico, you just get that yellow.
Oh, that
filter.
yellow, yeah. Mine's the European blue. That's how you know you're in Europe when there's like
if you're
a
watching
blue
a
tint.
Jason Bourne film.
Yeah, Jason
that's where
Bourne.
your piss is.
My piss is an action scene with like 30 seconds of action and 297 cuts.
Different angles of piss just shooting out everywhere.
My bathroom's disgusting. It's also very slippery.
It's that shot from Taken 3 where Liam Neeson's is jumping
Goes
over a fence, and it's a 7-second clip with, I shit you not, like 13 cuts.
Just like,
and it's just an old man doing like something not very impressive. It's a waist high fence, and he's just going, hup.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Contrast it with Hot Fuzz. What's the matter, Danny? Never taken a shortcut before? And he jumps over 2 fences in succession, does a flip over 1 fence. That's all one shot.
It's one cut.
That's a much better action movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
God, I love that running gag. It's in so many other movies.
Ever taken a shortcut before?
No. Just a fence falling over.
Oh.
Nick Frost eating shit on a fence.
Running gags in movies are good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Yeah. Do you know Super Troopers?
I do. I've never seen the second one, and I've only seen the first one wasted. Like 4 times.
Did you see Beer Fest?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a whole bunch of movies. They had a friend in high school they called Soapy.
Okay.
So in their movies, there's always a sound of one of them going, "What's up, Soapy?"
All right. Toasty. Toasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hear that, if you punch your DVD player, it takes you to a secret level.
That's how you unlock Goro.
Yeah. So, this is a scene where we notice the ponytailed white people, but the rest of the people in the crowd are Pam and Tommy and Gina.
Yeah, this is the friend crowd, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a low hype episode.
That's how you know an episode's going to be bad.
Yeah.
When you have to fill the audience with your friends and family.
Which is crazy, because they had Stoney Jackson.
I'm still not sure if they had Stoney Jackson.
They had the idea of Stoney Jackson.
They suggested that Stoney Jackson was a possibility.
They implied that he was at one point there.
He is an actor.
Maybe.
The jury's still out, to be honest with you. But that was. I thought that they couldn't get Stoney Jackson, and that's why Martin was chasing around Cole. But anyways, so the audience comes up.
No, that's why it wasn't his ass, because his ass was on the line.
His ass was on the line.
And then Stoney called him.
He's got the ass on the line.
The blue kind of a thing. Like Stoney can you just call somebody's talk show and be like, put me on the episode today?
No, I think they had been in talks, so Martin was probably talking to Stoney's booking agent.
Okay.
And then his booking agent put the call through to Stoney.
Which is crazy thing. That doesn't happen, does it? Are you an actor?
I am. I was in Precious.
Okay.
And
who'd you play?
I played the clerk.
Precious.
The clerk at the KFC. Come back here with that KFC, Precious. That's
just like in the movie. I'm starstruck.
No, I'm pretty sure that's how it works because I've heard. Well, we were talking about Comedy Bang Bang earlier.
Okay.
And I hear him talking about booking his friends as guests on the show.
Yeah.
But since it's still booking a show, he has to go through their booking agent.
That makes sense. They got to get their cut.
And then he finds out, like, 6 months later when he talks to that friend and, like, hey, did your booking agent ever get in contact with you about being on this show?
Yeah.
And they're like, No, he never called me about that at all.
Do you think Nick Weiger has a booking agent?
No. Absolutely not.
Spoon Man Mitch?
Mitch,
Mitchy Two Spoons?
I don't even know if he's got a professional email address. I think he's just like...
I always love seeing Mitchy Two Spoons in, like, minor roles on TV.
Oh, yeah?
Like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he plays, like, an inept, like, cousin of the mob guy. Oh,
that was him?
That's Mitchy Two Spoons.
Oh, he's great.
He's a fantastic background actor.
That was a brilliant role. I believed him.
Yeah.
I'm really glad
he does look like a dumb slob. Big, fat, dumb slob.
Mitch, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah. I'm saying that as a compliment.
I didn't realize that Nick Weiger is like 6'6".
Is he?
Or he's like...
Why is everybody
He's like
enormous?
6'2", or he's tall as fuck. There's some tall folks out there.
Nick Weiger's also just like... he hosts a... We're getting way off topic here.
That's fine. We got to fill some more time. There's not much left of the episode, to be honest.
No, there's 4 minutes left, maybe. But he hosts a fast food podcast and constantly gorges himself on nigh the whole menu. And he's a stick.
Yeah.
But he's 6'6".
He's got that big dumper, though.
He's got a dump truck ass.
Yeah, he's got that pillow truck dump.
I think he's a runner. I think he's running before these episodes. And so he's like at a calorie deficit before they start.
What do you think he's running from? His suicidal thoughts? I think he's running towards them, actually.
He's just running from his wife every day.
Oh, man. So they shove off Tracy Morgan.
Unceremoniously.
Yeah.
That dog wouldn't act. Dog wouldn't rap.
Dog just wouldn't rap.
Couldn't rap a GIF, which I...
That's, yeah. So the... Tracy says, "Oh, come on, that dog can wrap up a storm." And then Martin says, "That dog couldn't wrap a gift." And Carruthers thought it was a GIF.
Like a moving image. And in my head, I was like, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, they're silent.
And you were like, did they even have GIFs back then? It's like... No, like Christmas gift, and yes, they did. They didn't move, I don't think, as much back in '95. But
man, you got about 4 frames out of a GIF.
GIF, graphic image format, I think.
Graphic interface format.
So, like, you know, I think they were originally just
graphic interface format.
Giraffic, of course.
GIF.
By the way, did you see Uncut Gems?
I did, yeah. I did. You know what? Not surprisingly good, because it seems like he will just try really hard at something every like 6 years.
Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
When you take him out of the Happy Madison things that he's running.
His last stand-up that he did was phenomenal.
He did a stand-up recently?
Not recently, but
what would you say, like?
It was
Was it to promote funny people?
Absolutely not. It was after Funny People.
Okay.
And at the end, he did a really heartwarming Chris Farley bit, and it was like tear coming to the eye at the end of it, and it was a really hilarious set, and then heartwarming, but also still funny at the end of it. Adam Sandler can still write, and he can still perform. But he chooses not to. He chooses to make money.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard that the Happy Madison guys, like, they have a formula. They know exactly how much money they can spend on a movie and how much it will make.
How much to
and they're
just send money to each of them.
Yeah. Let me get some money to my friend Alan Covert real quick.
Let me get $40 million. Break me off $40 million, Adam Sandler.
Nick Swardson needs to pay off some gambling debts.
Nick Swardson, he's back on the snow again.
What is he doing? A gay robot character documentary? Oh no, Nick Swardson. There's no cameras around him. He's just part of the street, and I think Martin was there too.
I feel like Martin has definitely been in an Adam Sandler flick.
He should.
He had to have been in the '90s for sure.
There was one that I thought of, but I think it was Damon Wayans and not Martin.
Mm.
I can't remember Martin's last name right now.
Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese, yep. This is the sitcom starring Martin Scorsese.
It's terrible.
Martin Lawrence. That's right. I like the whole episode, I was thinking like, oh God, I don't remember his last name. I'll remember it. I'm sure I will. Don't embarrass yourself right now, Space. I love Martin Lawrence, man.
You know what? I don't really know. I haven't paid attention to what he's put out. Like, I know he was huge in like stand-up comedy and everything.
Yeah. Run tell that.
Okay. And then he did a lot of TV stuff, but like I've never really like paid attention to it, I guess.
Bad Boys, he was in Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is a classic. I mean, it's got Willie Smith.
Yeah, Willie Smith and Martin
Lawrence. My
Lawrence.
favorite actor.
You can't go wrong. This is a nice fucking fish. Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish.
God, they are assholes in those movies. They're
yeah.
bad boys.
They're bad boys. I don't want to take it low. You can even do it slow. You can even do it slow. Either way you want to go.
Did you just watch Bad Boys?
No, that song is on all of my playlists. Pop something, move something, shake your tail feather. Oh no, I heard them bad boys coming. Can't stop now, gotta continue my running. Yeah, cause we gon' party till the lights go on. And if my songs start funkin' cause my mic's still on. Yo, I'm the big booty type, I'm like I'm thick with their mind, right? Conversation personality or something. I'm light.
Go off, Queen.
I'm not hard. I got women to handle that. They be like, he's a man, but he really a Thundercat. Come on. You know he twists a neck like Voltron. Collect so much cash, Popo thinking he Molons.
We're going to get copyright strike.
I don't know. I sound just like... Who's the other guy in that? I know it's...
Willie Smith.
Nelly, Murphy Lee. Is it Murphy Lee on that verse there?
Yes.
Tell us in the comments if it's Murphy Lee on that verse there. Anyways, so it ends. They're about Martin's about to break his foot off in Cole's ass, but then
no, this is where he's gonna wrap his foot around his neck. Where logistically, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah, there's some like threats in this that don't make sense.
Yeah,
but I think it's just for TV.
Mostly foot comedy.
TV writing.
King of the Hill really nails foot comedy.
It does.
And Martin is just trying to just harp on King of the Hill. They can't do it.
They see the success of King of the Hill in their foot comedy, and they're like, we need more foot line. John Bowman's like, we need to get some foot lines, man.
I saw this goddamn Hank Kelly on there.
I like that Dale Gribble character.
It's a real straight shooter. That Dale Gribble.
That real Gribble. But Cole has actually managed to get Charles Barkley to come back to the show. Now, under one condition. And then it cuts to, hey, we're live on the streets with Charles Barkley. I'm your host, Charles Barkley. Today, we're going to have a guest on. I'm a guest. I'm not the guest. I'm the host now. The host is the guest. The former host is now the guest. Please welcome Martin. And Martin comes up, and then it ends.
We didn't see the crowd on this one.
No.
I imagine blasting out of the studio, packed to the gills.
Well, if the camera would have turned and showed them, absolutely. But here's the thing: they definitely only had Charles Barkley for like 2 hours. So the scene that you saw with him talking to Martin and then like peacing out on the show.
We're shooting these quick.
Yep. Back to back. The next scene was them just shooting that scene at the very end.
They were always in that studio.
Mm-hmm.
The one of two locations.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if Charles Barkley was at that apartment.
Oh, man.
Imagine
the free throws.
Imagine. But yeah, since there wasn't an audience for that episode, or for that part that Charles is originally in the episode, they're not going to get a bunch of extras in during Charles's time to kind of get them all situated. Let's get Charles in and out of here quick. He's a busy man. He's got some free throws that he's got to make. He's on, I think he's got to shoot Space Jam at this point. When did Space Jam come out?
Space Jam, I feel like, was 96.
I would have said 96 as well. And I'm pretty, like, I don't even want to look it up anymore because I think, yep, I just saw 96.
There we go.
He probably was. That was probably on
all of his screen presence on Space Jam.
Yeah, which is about the same level of performance if you watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
When he's like, I can't shoot basketballs anymore. I would like to be able to shoot basketballs again, but for now I can't.
And I'm the host. Here's Bugs Bunny.
And there's that great bit where it's like, who do they have? They have
They have
like
one of the short guys.
Charles Barkley. It's Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues.
It's the short guy. Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues. They
got basketballmen.
All right, we're getting into it here deep. I'm finding out who these basketballmen are.
It's a great poster.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the half bugs, half. It's better than the one of him like holding a hoop, and it's got all the Looney Tunes characters jumping out of it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the Monstars are in the background as well on that.
Oh yeah, Patrick Ewing. Okay, so we've got Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, and Muggsy Bogues. As I understand it, one of those guys is like not a good basketball player. Like his stats were terrible.
Lost.
Ah, exactly. They got the wrong guy. They should have found a young Detlef Schrempf. But yeah,
one of the all-time greatest names in basketball.
So they got like the scene where it's them and they're walking along the hallway, right? And it's the tall guys in the background and they smack their heads on the door frame. And Muggsy Bogues just keeps going. But if you look at Muggsy Bogues in that, he's moving like this.
What?
So you're pretty sure he's like being pulled on a dolly.
It's a puppet of Muggsy Bogues.
If you look close, there's strings. He's being marionetted. The strings get caught on the door frame for a second, so he's like...
That was the Martin Scorsese credit. He's the marionette master. He's the puppeteer.
A lot of people don't know this about Martin Scorsese, but he started in marionette theater. He's like, how do I get this to a bigger level?
I just can't get these actors to act the way I want.
All right. Robert De Niro, I'm going to put some rope on you.
The scene where it looked really, really unnatural in that latest Scorsese movie on Netflix, where he defenestrates a dude, and then he's on the curb and kicks him, and it's just an old De Niro, like slowly kicking him in.
Trying to kick.
It's actually marionette the whole time.
What people don't know is that Robert De Niro has been dead for 7 years, and
he's just been up there, and it's a great looking corpse.
Yep, he's just been. People are like, "Hey, De Niro, great to see you in Scorsese, right?" And you don't see Scorsese's lips moving; he's a master ventriloquist, but you do see him doing this. Mm-hmm. And De Niro's like, "Whoa." What was our De Niro impression that we did a few episodes ago? Carruthers. And I was like, yeah, that's like.
He's got a separate hand just for the face. The other one is for the body. This one's for the. The eyebrows are 4 fingers.
Yeah, that thumb is just doing the.
It's unbelievable as a young man, because as a gangster movie, they were older back. Young men were older back then.
Are there just not young people that look like Robert De Niro?
No one looks like Robert De Niro.
No.
That's why they keep the corpse.
They have to find if they want to get a young De Niro, what they have to do is they have to find a pregnant lady and they have to douse her in leaded gasoline. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get De Niro.
And then you have JGL offsite where they give him some aftershave.
Some aftershave.
He's got to smell like him.
Oh, okay. I forgot those 4D seats or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. 4X seats or whatever.
They're just shooting you with aftershave.
They're just shooting you with aftershave.
If you have an open cut, it's horrible.
My fucking eyes! I can't see the movie. Is this part of the experience?
Just doing the Kevin McAllister.
And the rest of the people in the normal seats are like, shut up.
Why is there 4D seats in a regular theater? There's 2 kings in The 4D seats. They're having the time of their lives.
Just
Gyro's
lording.
going crazy in the theater.
Lording over the peasants. Yeah. You're trying to watch Silence of the Lambs and Clarice is going through the dark basement and you just hear fucking chairs.
You're watching the movie The Quiet Place and it's just...
You're like, surely the aliens will hear the noises of the gears. Like, what? This movie sucks. I know nothing of 40 seats. Is it like a separate theater?
It's absolutely a separate theater, you psychopath. Just somebody trying to eat popcorn in the theater and they're just getting sprayed with water and shit.
Full on thought it was like a block of seats in the center, like towards the top.
Oh my god.
Like a curtain you have to get. And I'm like, let me just get seats to like a regular movie that is been out for 4 weeks and I'll go into the seats myself. Why am I paying for these?
Oh my god, that would only work in a Transformers movie because all of the sound effects would be lost in it.
Holy shit. You're like, this is the only movie I haven't heard the 4D seats in.
There's actually less noise in the 4D theater.
Yeah. Alright, well, this has opened my eyes to something that I have little experience
You've got to
with.
go to a 4D theater.
I'm too scared of COVID, man. If they're blasting you with, like, aftershave, some of
blasting
those...
with mist, and you're like, shit, did somebody just sneeze?
Yeah, that somebody sneezes on screen, and it's just like, what the fuck blasted you with?
See, on the ship, I'm always used to the mists coming off the water.
Oh, of course. So you go to those seats just to, like, have a taste of home.
Yeah, it's just relaxing for me. There's less movement. There's less water shooting at me.
Less movement.
Yeah, those boats. They're cruising on the way. It's not.
Yep.
It's not calm waters where we go.
Yeah, you get sea chair when you're sitting in a
Right now,
movie theater
I'm
seat.
gonna throw up.
Please don't. I've just had this table dry cleaned. So, Martin, I mean, it got a 5.3. What is 5.6?
5.6. I thought it was a 5.3.
Yeah.
I think that 0.3 was from Charles Barkley, and our main man,
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Here's a thing that that we've noticed while we've done this show.
This is incredible. Tracy Morgan is on screen right now for the episode, and we didn't notice that.
I didn't put two and two together. He blends in as that guy. I thought that was DJ Premier.
He's wearing a Raiders shirt.
Yeah.
He's got that weird 90s cap.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it weird that the guest star on this episode is Charles Barkley, but the picture for the episode is Tracy Morgan?
They knew. I'm DB.
But one thing that we've noticed doing the show is if an episode has like a famous guest star that is not an actor, as we noticed from this episode and the unreleased George Lopez episode that we did, that maybe we'll see the light of day. I don't know. It's a bit too racist.
On the George Lopez show?
I know, right? Surprise, surprise. It was also the first remote show that we tried, and we got to work some kinks out. We really got to work some kinks out.
The internet's weird, man.
It is weird, but I mean, a 5.6, I don't think it should be rated this low. This episode.
It's tough, because you know what? Watching this alone, 5.6 all the way. But watching it with you, I'd say it's somewhere in the 7s. Yeah.
I would say a solid 6.7 would be where I would put it right about at.
I can see that.
Because this, like, to put it in perspective, the episode of Lost in Space we did, which was awful, I believe was like a 4.4. And that's 1.2 points away from this. This was nowhere near that bad.
This was more fun.
So much fun.
This show is fun. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So...
The show, it's a good time. Like, the bad episodes...
You're having fun watching this show? Like a 5.3, 5.6 worth of fun in this episode. But, like, in a good episode, you're having, like an 8 on your fun.
Oh, and that is a good point. That brings us to our other segment here. We got to take a look at the top episode of Martin. We've got...
Ooh, same episode. Shit.
We're going to look at the top 3 here. We've got Suspicious Minds, The Romantic Weekend, and Guard Your Grill. So, Suspicious Minds. When Martin's expensive new CD player disappears, he suspects that one of his friends stole it.
Cole.
It
jumps to the top of the list for me.
Yeah, it'd be my guess. I mean, if he's in the episode we watched, being told to wash a car and removing a car stereo,
yeah, that's a CD player, technically.
I don't trust Cole. But also, could just be somebody broke in. And here's the thing. I'm guessing. Now, Martin is a very eclectic character. Mm-hmm. He's kind of bouncing off the walls. I think he misplaced it.
He's an eclectic guy. Did you see the way that he was kicking at his friends before?
Oh yeah,
hilarious,
dude. Yeah, when they're trying to hold him back, and he's just
he's
full on like.
It looks kind of like the funny walk a little bit, but stationary.
Yeah,
and like a little bit cooler.
Oh, and I really enjoyed after the end of the episode. It does show you a few bloopers from it, and it's bloopers of when Pam, I think, is the one that is like throttling Martin, or they're like going at each other.
You get some windmill fists in there.
They're clearly trying their best to make it look like a ridiculous fight, and they're having way too much fun.
They are,
and you can even see it in parts of the episode. You can see Martin just smiling.
He can't hold it in. He's a goofball.
Dude, this is a goofy show, man. I want to watch every episode. I want to watch The Romantic Weekend. Gina and Martin end up in the same island resort as Tommy and Pam. We solved it! We solved it!
Yes!
Okay, so they are...
Right. Or maybe they're secret lovers.
So now Tommy and Pam have to find a way to conceal it.
We're here as friends.
The couples compete to see which will have more fun. Okay,
it's out there then.
That sounds like a pretty funny episode.
Yeah.
And finally, so... The first one was an 8.8, Suspicious Minds 8.8, Romantic Weekend 8.6, and another 8.6, Guard Your Grill.
I'm seeing a boxing ring right now.
After Thomas flirts with Gina, Martin challenges him to a boxing match. Written by series star Martin Lawrence. Okay, so that's got to be a pretty good one. Now,
you can see why it's high rated.
Okay, now hang on. I got to look at this here, though. Who is Thomas?
Tommy.
Are you sure? Because he's called Tommy in the other episode. And if he's in a relationship, The Romantic Weekend now...
That's why they're boxing, maybe.
Oh, okay. Romantic Weekend takes place season 3, episode 24. So Tommy and Pam must end up becoming a couple after the end of season 2.
After they duke it out in the ring, they're smooching.
Do you think that's how this ends? Is that like maybe...
They're in a clinch... But a smooch as well.
Yeah, they're getting real close to each other, getting up in their face. They're like, "Come on, throw a punch, throw a punch."
And then it's an 8-minute makeout scene. The episode just ends.
and it's right in the middle too.
So they cut to commercial and come back, and they're still going.
So if I have to guess about what happens in this one, I'm guessing that Martin and Tommy get a fight on. Maybe Martin wins, and then Pam comes to console a weakened, beaten-up Tommy.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the other way around. I don't know.
Just going to have to watch and find out.
I'm watching every episode. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm going to start watching this.
You're going to have fun.
I really enjoyed this episode. Like,
this is your kind of show.
It is. It absolutely is. It's right up my alley.
I seriously did think that this was a UPN show, though.
Me too.
Because it was 2 sets. They were like pretty okay, good-looking sets. This is put up by HBO.
I know, that's wild.
Like, the fact that HBO is putting out a 22-minute episode, or 22 minutes per episode show. And it's just, this production, like, budget is just crazy. I always thought HBO did just crazy high budget everything.
Well, and then there's also Bill Maher, which is just garbage. Bill Maher is like 21 minute, right? Something like that. Let's see. It aired on Fox.
What?
Okay, so maybe
maybe HBO just had a credit for some reason.
Yeah, maybe HBO. HBO Independent Productions is the
Okay.
one of the production companies.
Okay.
So they
It's
don't.
their B studio.
It didn't air on HBO.
Yeah.
It aired on Fox.
Yeah.
Which I also thought it was UPN because I could have swore when I was younger I would see episodes of it on UPN every now and then. I wouldn't watch it because I was a kid.
I feel like I would see it like if I was watching like a Home Improvement or something.
Yeah.
I would have seen like a Martin's coming up next, and I never did. I never saw like a commercial, like an ad spot or nothing. Granted, I did not watch a lot of Home Alone or Home Improvement.
A lot of Home Alone.
Watched a lot of Home Alone.
Imagine Tim Allen is just trying to hunt down.
Tim Allen would be the predator.
Yeah. He's the one trying to break into the house to get at Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And he's
that would be actually cool. It'd be competing traps to each other, but Tim Allen keeps getting shit on.
Because that's the thing about his show is that he's the man, and he doesn't follow the safety guidelines. So he doesn't wear his hard hat, and then a paint can on a rope just swings down and fucking cracks his forehead.
Yeah, scalps him, yeah.
Yeah, a scalped Tim Allen. Well, that's our show. We should do Home Improvement at some point, I think, or others.
Gonna be hard to find a bad ep of that one.
But anyways, Martin. Watch this episode. Great. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to enjoying a lot more. As always, for my faithful co-host, Captain Carruthers, I am Space Botany. This has been a production of The Slow Bison, and we'd like to bid you adieu.